They say the dead tell no tales. But for our hero, the dead simply won't stop talking. Meet our main character, Shin Yi-rang. The story then drags us back a year to where the nightmare and the magic began. 1 whole year ago, Yi-rang was just a newly minted lawyer, stepping into the cutthroat job market with high hopes. But those hopes are quickly shattered, as rejection texts flood in one after another. This brings us to the prestigious Taebaek law firm, where we are introduced to a formidable force, powerhouse firm partner, Han Na-hyun. By some stroke of luck, Yi-rang lands an interview at the firm. But the moment he sits down, he is dismissed without a single question asked. The harsh reality sets in. His name has been blacklisted. Yi-rang continues to carry the heavy and infamous mark of his late father, a prosecutor who died in disgrace. And that shadow is actively destroying his chances of a brighter future. Pushed to his breaking point, Yi-rang makes a drunken promise. He will make sure everyone will regret ever doubting him. And to do so, he decides to open his very own law firm. But fate has a bizarre sense of humor. While stumbling into a real estate agency, a local shaman suddenly suffers a heart attack, and a strange, ghostly energy passes directly through Yi-rang. A string of eerie coincidences soon follows, ending with Yi-rang blindly signing a lease for a vacant office. While exploring his new space, he lights a mysterious stick of incense left in a drawer. He instantly passes out, only to wake up face to face with a literal ghost. Yi-rang immediately demands his deposit back, but the realtor holds all the cards, threatening to tell his mother the truth. Turns out Yi-rang actually used the deposit money from his mother's butcher shop to fund his impulsive lease. Forced to choose between his mother's wrath and a literal ghost, Yi-rang turns to a local priest, who conveniently happens to be a former shaman. The priest gives him a straightforward advice. The best way to get rid of the ghost is to help it remember its past life, so it can finally cross over. The pieces start falling into place when a grieving woman visits the newly opened firm. She explains she was the one who called the ambulance when the shaman collapsed. She had sought the shaman's help because her daughter had become a total recluse, following the sudden death of her husband, who died mysteriously on the operating table. The moment she says the name Gang Pung, the ghost's lost memories instantly flood back. Overcome with emotion, the ghost possesses Yi-rang's body just to hug his bewildered wife, plunging Yi-rang into an immediate and awkward trouble. Meanwhile, the hospital is desperately trying to cover up Gang Pung's death, and the widow's shady attorney is aggressively pushing her to accept a pathetic 30 million won settlement. Representing the hospital is no other than Na-hyun from Taebaek law firm. Just as the widow's pen hits the settlement paper, Yi-rang dramatically bursts in. Armed with inside intel from Gang Pung's spying ghost, Yi-rang exposes the widow's attorney for secretly colluding with the law firm. Shocked by the revelation, the widow instantly fires the traitor on the spot. Yi-rang steps up to the plate and convinces her to fight for her husband, officially securing his very first client. The trial kicks off, and Yi-rang drops a bombshell in the courtroom. There were actually 3 nurses in the operating room instead of 2. The doctor had been hiding the 3rd nurse, who knew that it was his fatal mistake that caused Gang Pung's unprecedented death. And the truth is clearly written all over the surgeon's guilt-stricken face. But Yi-rang gets a little too confident, completely forgetting who he's up against. And Na-hyun ruthlessly proves why she's a partner at a top-tier firm. She completely blindsides him by exposing Gang Pung's hidden past as a gangster, expertly destroying the victim's character in front of the judge. Watching his name get dragged through the mud absolutely enrages Gang Pung's ghost. Yi-rang, on the other hand, attempts to make a frantic exit, as he remembers the priest's warnings about possession. But that might be a little too late. Right in the middle of the courtroom, Gang Pung violently seizes control of Yi-rang's body. Just before he can reach the witness stand, Na-hyun sticks her foot out and trips him. A well-timed splash of cold water finally snaps Yi-rang back to reality, leaving the courtroom in stunned silence. With his first trial descending into absolute madness, what exactly is the fate of our accidental phantom lawyer?